Again, good morning. So, just as I said, this group looked at various options across the 4 countries that are represented here in Ghana, in Russia, Tajikistan, and Afghanistan. We're looking for a project to present, particularly on ICT and development. So, from the options that we had, we settled on one, and it concerns ICT and development. The one that we chose is from Ghana Secondary Education Improvement Project. So we'll move to the next slide. Sure, the thing is frozen. Okay, so these are the group members. On the left is Monroe from Tajikistan. On the right is our representatives from Afghanistan in Parme, who was very supportive all throughout what we did. For some reason, I don't know. Finally, all right. So this is from the other 2 members, Elena from Russia and also a representative from Ghana. So these are the 4 of us. You want to clap for us? All right. So we're trying to answer the questions that our professor gave us. Now, what is the project? It's a World Bank group-sponsored Ghana Secondary Education Improvement Project, and it's for a 5-year period. Information and communication technology expansion and connectivity in schools. Now, this is a very important project for Ghana, and I'm sure you'll find out a bit later on when we go through the other slides. Who is going to benefit from this project? And this was very important for us because we realized that thousands of students in senior high schools were going to benefit from this particular project that was initiated by the government of Ghana and the World Bank Group. There are also teachers who are going to benefit from this project. We'll get into the details. The head teachers were also going to get some benefits, and then educational officials. So we have officials from the Ghana Education Service, the Ministry of Education. Those are the district levels, and at various levels, they're all going to get benefits through this particular project. So we asked the next question of how it's going to be funded. The World Bank Group and the Ghana government signed a $156 million agreement for this particular project, and includes expanding information communication and technology to schools and improving access to secondary education in underdeserved districts in the country. So these are the key things. They're giving you money for expansion. It also includes infrastructure, expanding infrastructure for school children, giving them improved quality education, and then also most importantly, they were giving it to districts that were underserved, more like under those districts that don't have much funding, poor communities. And so it goes to the core of what this funding was going to achieve. Now, can the project be replicated? It's a question the 4 of us brooded over and over again. Now, we realize that education ensures inclusive, equitable, quality education, and it also promotes lifelong learning opportunities for all. We are quoting this from the Sustainable Development Goals. Education is that important, and it is universal. So what it means is that whatever is done in Ghana with this particular project can be replicated around the world, anywhere, because education is quite universal. Again, looking at the Sustainable Development Goals, we realize that they specifically mention 2 areas of the world where education levels were low, and that is Africa and Southeast Asia. So these particular regions could benefit from this particular project, but overall, we feel this is a project that can be replicated in a lot of places. And these are the other reasons why we felt it can be replicated. That is in areas where we have ICT infrastructure deficit. 2, ICT projects are important universally everywhere. The advantages it gives you even goes beyond the schools, because when the students are able to learn the ICT technology and they are practical with it, they're able to develop, and in their working environment, it helps them. And then the third one we chose is that it helps to upgrade the skills of students and educational workers. It's not only benefiting the students, but also helping the educational workers. Okay, so impact of the project. How many people are going to benefit from this project? Looking through the document and with the research that we did, 30,000 new secondary students who are going to benefit from this project. Secondly, it's also going to improve learning outcomes for 150,000 students in low-performing schools, targeting schools that are not really performing. And so 150,000 students are going to benefit. Thirdly, 2,000 senior high school teachers, that is 2,000 teachers, head teachers, and other educational officials are going to benefit from this project. And then fourthly, support equitable access through expansion scholarships in underserved districts. So those who could not afford schooling will also be given scholarships to come to the school, and then whilst they are in school, they're going to benefit from ICT. And then the last one says, help achieve better quality of education in science and mathematics. Science and mathematics is really important because in ICT, we realize that you need to be able to know these basic things like mathematics and science, and then also strengthening school management and teaching, expanding information, communication, and technology to schools. So that is the impact of this project. We look at the other part, and this one goes to the core of ICT. It says, finance the execution of a school mapping of all secondary schools using GPS, and then also school data. And then build on school mapping to roll out an ICT platform to monitor all secondary schools using mobile smartphone technology. This is all really important. And then the third point we picked is to support baseline data gathering and analysis and end-line survey and analysis. Alright, so is this project participatory? It's a question we asked and we debated over and over. And first on our list here is that we feel it is participatory because different segments of society are involved, such as students, teachers, officials, and even parents, because when students learn this at school, they go back home, and most certainly they are more especially going to share it with their parents, with their siblings, and others in the community. Children, once they learn something, they want to tell everybody about it, and so we feel it goes beyond, it transcends the classroom. Projects can also be useful to both the poor and rich, for big cities and small villages, for third world and for developed countries. ICT, really goes beyond that. And then the fourth point we picked, we also felt that ICT facilitates communication, saves time, and is a source of employment.